Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, John.
We are going to the next lesson. The chapter which is completed yesterday, I have already posted the notes. You can go through the Google Classroom and just take down the notes and study. I am not going into the discussion of that question answers because we are taking too much time. I get into the next chapter, Indigo. You see, this is a text I am just showing in front of you on Indigo. This particular lesson also will be included for your half-yearly examination. You need to complete Indigo, Should Wizard Hit Mummy, Keeping Quiet, A Thing of Beauty. Two poems are there, Keeping Quiet and A Thing of Beauty. Should Wizard Hit Mummy and Indigo. 4 lessons are there to be completed. So I am just getting into the lesson without any delay. Louis Fisher, 1896-1970, was born in Philadelphia. He served as a volunteer in the British Army between 1918 and 1920. Fisher made a career as a journalist and wrote for the New York Times, the Saturday Review, and the European and Asian publications. He was also a member of the faculty of Princeton University in USA. The following is an excerpt from his book, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. The book has been reviewed as one of the best books ever written on Gandhi by Times Educational Supplement. So this particular lesson, what we are going to study, is actually written by Louis Fisher. About Louis Fisher, some information has been given here. You read. And this particular extract is taken from Louis Fisher's book, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. It's a biography written by Louis Fisher, and this particular incident mentioned in Indigo is actually surrounded with an incident which took place in Champaran. I will show you few videos in between, and PowerPoint presentation also is ready, because since it is getting delayed when I am showing you PowerPoint, it takes more time. So that is why I thought that I will just go through the text in order to complete the lesson. There are few expressions which you come across in this particular lesson. Urge the departure means asking the people to go away. That means Gandhi is urging the departure of the British people from India. Conflicted duties. What is conflict? Dilemma. If you remember, Andrew Manson in the birth, he had a conflicted duties, whether mother or the child. Sadavo, he also had a conflicted duties. What is that? His loyalty, duty towards the nation, and his loyalty or duty towards the patient. So here also we find a conflicted duties. What is the conflicted duties? Here Gandhi mentioned is that his conscience, he is dedicated to his conscience. Manasashi anusarikya. Adana, he gives priority. And there is another duty which is vested on him by the land. നിയമ വ്യവസ്ഥകൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് ആവശ്യപ്പെടുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ. So Gandhi gives a preference to conscience. മനസാക്ഷിയുടെ ശബ്ദത്തിനാണ് അദ്ദേഹം കൂടുതൽ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. Harbor a man like me means accommodate, shelter. We will come across these expressions and we'll explain more. Seek a prop, just seeking a support. Now to the lesson. When I first visited Gandhi in 1942 at his ashram in Sevagram in central India, he said, I will tell you how it happened that I decided to urge the departure of the British. It was in 1917. So Gandhi and this Louis Fisher is having an interview. And now Louis Fisher, when he met Gandhi in Sevagram in the year 1942, at his ashram, then he told that Gandhi told Louis Fisher that I will tell you how it happened. ഇത് സംഭവിച്ചത് എന്താണെന്ന് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളോട് പറയാം. എന്താണ്? That I decided to urge the departure of the British. Why I asked the British people to leave India? Gandhi's one of the slogan was that India should be ruled by Indians, not by the British people, not by the foreigners. So why Gandhi asked Britishers to leave India? He told that I will tell you what is the circumstances which led me to just think or ask or urge or demand the British people to leave India. So he says it was in 1917. For the first time when he asked the Britishers to leave India, it was in 1917. Now the circumstance is actually described here. What is the circumstance? He had gone to the December 1916 annual convention of the Indian National Congress Party in Lucknow. Congress Party is the oldest political party in India. We know that. I'm not speaking about the present Congress Party. Even though it is a same line, initially before the independence, Congress was actually supported by the local people and under the auspices of the leaders of the Congress Party, Indian National Congress only, India got independence. Gandhi was actually associated with this particular political party at that time. So what happened? He says that in December 1916, there was an annual convention, annual conference, meeting of the Indian National Congress Party. It was held at Uttar Pradesh in Lucknow. There were 2,301 delegates and many visitors. Delegates means representatives coming from all over the country. Around 2,301 and some many visitors were also there. Not only delegates, some visitors were also participated in this particular meeting. During the proceedings, when this meeting was going on, Gandhiji recounted, Gandhiji is able to recall, അദ്ദേഹം പറയുകയാണ്, a peasant came up to me looking like any other peasant in India, poor and emaciated, and said, I am Rajkumar Shukla. So when the meeting was going on, a peasant came to him and Gandhi asked that he was a peasant and he was just looking like any other peasant in India. Peasant, a farmer. What is the situation of a farmer? A farmer in those days, he will be very lean and thin and poor and emaciated, very weak, because they are living in starvation and poverty. So any other servants or let's say peasants in India, Rajkumar Shukla was also a poor person. He was lean and thin and he introduced himself. He said that my name is Rajkumar Shukla. He explained, I am from Champaran. I don't know whether you have heard about Champaran. Champaran, he said that I am coming from Champaran and I want to come to my district. So what he said, I am from Champaran, I want you to come to my district. And the district like Varnam Gandhi invite. Gandhi had never heard of the place. It was in the foothills of the towering Himalayas near the kingdom of Nepal. Gandhi never heard about this Champaran at that time. And actually the Champaran actually situated in the foothills of the towering Himalayas. Himalayatinte താഴ്വരയിലാണ് ഇത് സിറ്റുവേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളത് ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നിയർ ദ കിങ്ഡം ഓഫ് നേപ്പാൾ. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ബോർഡർ, വി ക്യാൻ സേ ദ ബോർഡർ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് ഓഫ് ബീഹാർ. സോ നൗ what is the problem there in Champaran? Why Rajkumar Shukla has come here to invite Gandhi? Under an ancient arrangement, the Champaran peasants were sharecroppers. Rajkumar Shukla was one of them. He was literate but resolute. So there is an old arrangement, old agreement. Under that agreement with the British landlords, the Champaran peasants, the farmers in Champaran, they are known as sharecroppers. What do you mean by sharecroppers? Sharing the crop. That means the land belonged to the British landlords. ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ലാൻഡാണ്, ഇവിടുത്തെ നേറ്റീവ്സിൻ്റെ ലാൻഡാണ്. ബട്ട് ദ റിയൽ ഓണർ അറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് ടൈം ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ദ ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് പീപ്പിൾ, ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് ലാൻഡ് ലോർഡ്സ്. ദേ ഗോട്ട് ബിഗ് എസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ്. ദേ വിൽ ഡിവൈഡ് ദാറ്റ് എസ്റ്റേറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഗീവ് ടു ദ ഇന്ത്യൻ ഫാർമേഴ്സ്. ഇന്ത്യൻ ഫാർമേഴ്സ് ഹാവ് ടു വർക്ക് there in that land, and then what happens at the end of the year when they have got their harvest, a good share of that harvest has to be given to the landlord as the rent for the land which they are cultivating. പാട്ടത്തിന് ലാൻഡ് എടുക്കുന്നു നമ്മൾ പറയും, ലീസിന് ലാൻഡ് എടുക്കുന്നു പറയും, അതേ സിസ്റ്റമാണ്. സോ രാജ്കുമാർ ശുക്ല വാസ് വൺ ഓഫ് ദം. ഹി വാസ് illiterate but resolute. So Rajkumar Shukla, who was he? He was a sharecropper. He was also working in the land which belonged to the landlords, English landlords. So he came there he was a illiterate person, but he was resolute. What is the resolute? Resolute means decided, not ready to give up. In what way? He had come to Congress session to complain about the injustice of the landlord system in Bihar, and somebody had probably said, speak to Gandhi. So what happened? He had come here to the Congress session in Lucknow in order to talk about the injustice that is done to the landlord system in Bihar. So this landlord system in Bihar was actually taking a toll on the life of the poor persons in Bihar, and they were having lot of irritation and lot of injustice was done to them. The landlords, Britishers, were come away from across the sea. They came here, acquired the land of the Indians, and they made the Indians servants in their land, and they have to give a rent for the land in which they are cultivating. So is it not injustice? And when he came to this Lucknow, somebody told that you better talk to Gandhi. ഗാന്ധിയോട് സംസാരിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. ആ ലക്നൗ സെഷനിൽ വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞ് ആരോടാണ് സംസാരിക്കേണ്ടതെന്ന് ഇവനറിയില്ല. അപ്പോഴാണ് ആരോ പറഞ്ഞു ഗാന്ധിയോട് സംസാരിക്കും. ഗാന്ധി ഈസ് ദ റൈറ്റ് പേഴ്സൺ ടു ഹെൽപ്പ് യു. Gandhi told Shukla he had an appointment in Kampur and was also committed to go to other parts of India. Shukla accompanied him everywhere. Then Gandhi returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad. Shukla followed him to ashram. For weeks, he never left Gandhi's side. So what happened? When he went to Gandhi and when he told Gandhi that you should come with me to Champaran, Gandhi told that I got a lot of free a fixed appointment. He said he is having an appointment in a place called Kanpur, and also he has made a promise that he will go to other parts of India. Means Gandhi is not free to go with him. But what Shukla did, why Shukla is said to be resolute? He just went with Gandhi wherever Gandhi went. So what Shukla was thinking, until and unless Gandhi gives me a word, I will not go back. So he followed Gandhi. Then Gandhi returned to ashram near Ahmedabad. After visiting all these places, when Gandhi returned to ashram in Ahmedabad, Shukla followed him to ashram. Ashram ideyatinte porage Shukla poi. For weeks he never left Gandhi's side. For a weeks he did not leave Gandhi's side. Gandhiയുടെ പുറകെ തന്നെ നടന്നു. He told, fix a date, he begged. He told that you fix a date. ഒരു ഡേറ്റ് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്ത് തരിക. Then I will go. If you are not able to come, at least you tell me when you will be able to come to Champaran. Impressed by the sharecropper's tenacity and story, Gandhi said, I have to be in Calcutta on such and such a date. Come and meet me and take me from there. So Gandhi was actually impressed by the tenacity, his resoluteness, his what he called perseverance, his determination, and therefore Gandhi told that and also he was impressed by the story of Shukla. Shukla പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ ഗാന്ധി ഇംപ്രസ്ഡ് ആയിരുന്നു. എന്താണ്? ചമ്പാരനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. So Gandhi told that it gave a future date. He said on this particular date I will be coming to Calcutta. You come there and meet me on that particular date. And I will come and meet me and take me from there. So Gandhi told that when I come to Calcutta on such and such a day, date is not mentioned here, you will meet me there and you can take me to Champaran. Because Calcutta is bordering with Bihar. So from Calcutta he thought that probably he will be able to go to Bihar very easily. Now regarding Champaran, you see, one minute.
we have completed 100 years of the Champaran Satyagraha. Champaran, a district in the state of Bihar, where tens of thousands of landless serfs, indentured laborers, and poor farmers were forced to grow indigo and similar cash crops by the British East India Company. The farmers and laborers were forced to grow. We We have completed 100 years of the Champaran Satyagraha. Champaran, a district in the state of Bihar, where tens of thousands of landless serfs, indentured laborers, and poor farmers were forced to grow indigo and similar cash crops by the British East India Company. The farmers and laborers were forced to grow indigo instead of food crops, which were necessary for their subsistence. This indigo was brought from them at a very low price to export to China as opium. The farmers were suppressed
Are
by
you
the
able to
ruthless
see?
landlords.
കുട്ടികളെ കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ?
sir.
ഇതൊന്ന് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക. ചെമ്പാരങ്ങിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള വീഡിയോ ആണ്, ഇതൊന്ന് കാണുക.
Champaran, a district in the state of Bihar, where tens of thousands of landless serfs, indentured laborers, and poor farmers were forced to grow indigo and similar cash crops by the British East India Company. The farmers and laborers were forced to grow indigo instead of food crops, which were necessary for their subsistence. This indigo was brought from them at a very low price to export to China as opium. The farmers were suppressed by the ruthless landlords, mostly British, and were given measly compensation, leaving them in extreme poverty. In the throes of a devastating famine at Kheda, the British levied a harsh tax, which they insisted on further increasing the rate. Without food and without money, the situation was growing progressively unlivable, and the peasants in Champaran revolted against the Teen Katiya system of indigo cultivation in 1914 and 1916. Rajkumar Shukla, an indigo cultivator, persuaded Mahatma Gandhi to go to Champaran, and thus the Champaran Satyagraha began. Gandhiji arrived in Champaran on the 10th of April 1917 with a team of eminent lawyers. He proposed satyagraha, non-violence, and mass civil disobedience. He organized a detailed study and survey of the villages, accounting the atrocities and terrible episodes of suffering, including the general state of degenerate living. Building on the confidence of villagers, he began leading the cleanup of villages, building of schools and hospitals, and encouraging the village leadership to undo parda, untouchability, and the suppression of women. Gandhiji led organized protests and strikes against the landlords, who, with the guidance of the British government, signed an agreement granting more compensation and control over farming for the poor farmers of the region, and cancellation of revenue hikes and collection until the famine ended.
That was the scenario in 1917. 100 years from then. Can we juxtapose the situations then to the situations now? What is the condition of the farmers in our country now? Is it any different? The number of suicides we get to hear that the farmers have committed in the wake of their inability to repay.
Okay, that is about Chambara. So I hope that you got some idea about Champaran. Back to the lesson. So impressed by the sharecropper's tenacity and story. What is the story? This is what happened in Champaran. Injustice that is done to the people, the poor persons of Champaran. Gandhi was informed by this Rajkumar Shukla about what all things are happening over there and how they are actually stressed by the landlords. So that is why he just promised him that you can come to Calcutta on particular date, you come and take me from there. Gandhi agreed to go with him, not right at that moment, but on a appointed time in the future. Months passed, Shukla was sitting on his haunches at the appointed spot in Calcutta when Gandhi arrived. He waited till Gandhi was free. So the time came for Gandhi to come to Calcutta. Shukla was already there before the arrival of Gandhi. He was sitting on his haunches. Kutti irikiyanu cheyyunnam. We can find that kaalinte mele, sitting on the buttocks, we can say, pressing the buttocks on the backside of the leg. Kutti irikiya. He was sitting on the haunches at a appointed spot in Calcutta when Gandhi arrived. He waited till Gandhi was free. He did not make any fuss over there. He waited until Gandhi was getting free from his work. Then the two of them boarded a train for the city of Patna in Bihar. There Shukla led him to the house of the lawyer named Rajendra Prasad, who later became the president of the Congress Party of India. So what happened? Both of them together, they boarded the train and they went to Bihar and they came to Patna. In Patna, they first went into the house of a lawyer whose name is Rajendra Prasad, who later on became the president of the Congress Party of India. There Shukla led him to the house of the lawyer named Rajendra Prasad. Okay, Rajendra Prasad was out of town. When they reached there, Rajendra Prasad was not in the house. He had gone out somewhere. He was out of town. He was not in Patna. But the servants knew Shukla as a poor yeoman who pestered their master to help the indigo sharecroppers. So these peasants had also taken the support of the lawyers to fight their case in the court, but it has done little good to them. So when Shukla reached there, the servants in the house of Rajendra Prasad knew that this Shukla, he used to visit that house and meet their master, that Rajendra Prasad, regarding this issue of the sharecropping. He was a yeoman. Yeoman means a sharecropper, another name for sharecropper, who pestered their master, who compelled their master to help indigo sharecroppers. So they let him stay on the grounds with his companion Gandhi, whom they took to be another person. So this Shukla came there, and there was untouchability in those days, and that is why Gandhi had not made a mark in India, because he returned from South Africa, and Gandhi, until he involved himself in the Champaran struggle, he was not actually known to the rest of the world. So when Gandhi reached with the Shukla into the house of Rajendra Prasad, the servants thought that probably Gandhi also is a lower caste person. So they told that Gandhi can sit on the ground. ബെഞ്ചിലിരിക്കാനോ ചെയറിലിരിക്കാനോ ഉന്നത സ്ഥാനങ്ങളിലിരിക്കാനോ അനുവദിച്ചില്ല, നിലത്തിരിക്കാനായിട്ട് അനുവദിച്ചു. But Gandhi was not permitted to draw water from the well, lest some drops from his bucket pollute the entire source. But Gandhi was actually not permitted to draw water from the well. രാജേന്ദ്ര പ്രസാദിന്റെ വീട്ടിലുള്ള കിണറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് വെള്ളം കോരാനായിട്ട് ഗാന്ധിയെ അനുവദിച്ചില്ല. കാരണം എന്താണ്? If Gandhi happens to be a lower caste person, when he is drawing the water, if a drop falls down from the bucket, then the entire water in the well will get polluted. This was the belief of the upper caste people in those days. Gandhi, we know that he is a Brahmin, but for the persons in the house of Rajendra Prasad, avarkariyilla Gandhi Brahmanano illanu. Shukla title, by title Shukla is a Brahmin, but Gandhi was not permitted to sit on the bench or chair. He was allowed to sit on the ground, on the veranda, and then he was not permitted to draw water from the well, because they had the feeling that an person who belonged to the lower caste touches their water. ബക്കറ്റിൽ വെള്ളം കോരുന്ന സമയത്ത് ബക്കറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് താഴെ വെള്ളം വീണാലും അത് പൊല്യൂട്ടാവും. ആ വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഗാന്ധി ടച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല, കയറിൻ്റെ അറ്റത്താണ് പിടിക്കുന്നത്. ദിസ് കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് unreasonable practice was there in those days. How did they know that he was not an untouchable? How do these persons in Rajendra Prasad's house know that Gandhi was not an untouchable? That is why he was not permitted to draw water. Gandhi decided to go first to Muzaffarpur. After coming to Patna, he has decided first to go to Muzaffarpur. That is another district in Bihar, Muzaffarpur, which was en route to Champaran. This is a district which is on the route. En route means on the route to Champaran. To obtain more complete information about condition than Shukla was capable of imparting. Why Gandhi wanted to go to Muzaffarpur? Shukla has given him some information, but he is a person. He is able to give certain information, but officially detailed information with the documented evidence, Shukla is not able to give. So he thought before entering Champara and he start his activities, he thought that he should go to Muzaffarpur, he should collect more information from more reputed people regarding the issue there in Champaran, and that is why he went there. He accordingly sent a telegram to Professor J.B. Kripalani of the Arts College in Muzaffarpur, whom he had seen at Tagore's Shantiniketan school. So when he had planned to go to Muzaffarpur, he has got an acquaintance. He had met a professor, his name is J.B. Kripalani. He was working in Muzaffarpur Arts College, and this particular professor was met by him in Tagore's Shantiniketan in Calcutta. So they are old acquaintance, പരിചയമുള്ള ഒരു വ്യക്തിയാണ്. Therefore, he sent information to him. He sent telegram that Gandhi told that he is coming to Muzaffarpur. The train arrived at midnight, 15th April 1917. Kripalani was waiting at the station with a large body of students. Gandhi didn't expect. Kripalani was waiting there in the middle of the night. Even the train arrived there in the midnight on 15th April 1917. Kripalani, he was waiting there with a lot of students in order to welcome Gandhi to Muzaffarpur. Kripalani was waiting at the station with a large body of students. Gandhi stayed there for 2 days in the home of Professor Malkani, a teacher in a government school. So after reaching there, welcomed by Kripalani, but he stayed in the house of a government school teacher. His name is Malkani. Remember this name. Kripalani is a professor at a government arts college in Muzaffarpur, whom Gandhi had met in Shantiniketan, Calcutta, Tagore's Shantiniketan, Calcutta. But when he reached there, he got accommodation in a government school teacher. Means government servant ആണ്. സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ ശമ്പളം പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിയാണ്. സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ ശമ്പളം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് ഗവൺമെൻറ് സർക്കാരിനെ കൺട്രോൾ ചെയ്യുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ Gandhi, why Gandhi has reached there? Gandhi has reached there in order to fight against the British people, British landlord. അപ്പം ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാർക്കെതിരായിട്ട് ഫൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിയെ ഒരു ഗവൺമെൻറ് ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥൻ അവരുടെ വീട്ടിൽ താമസിപ്പിക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ് വാസ് നോട്ട് നോർമൽ. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി ഡേഞ്ചറസ് ഫോർ ഹിം ബിക്കോസ് Malkani may lose his job. It was the condition in those days, and that is why it is mentioned here. It was an extraordinary thing in those days. Gandhi commended for a government professor to harbor a man like me. So that is why Gandhi remarked that it is extraordinary. That means many people will not accommodate people like Gandhi and get into trouble and lose their job. In those days, Gandhi commended for a government professor, that is Malkani, to harbor means shelter, a man like me, a man like Gandhi. What is the specialty of Gandhi? A person who is arguing for the rule of the local people. In small localities, the Indians were afraid to show sympathy for advocates of home rule. Who is Gandhi? Gandhi is an advocate of home rule. Advocate എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ് ഇവിടെ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്? Supporter. Home rule means the country should be ruled by the local people. India should be ruled by Indians. That is Gandhi's principle. Now those people who are just advocating this particular principle or this theory, they were not supported by the local people openly. internally, inside, even the Indians supported, they were afraid to show open sympathy. So question can be asked, what was the attitude of the Indians in small localities towards the advocates of home rule? We can say their attitude was something of indifference. What is indifference? Open ആയിട്ട് സപ്പോർട്ടിലേക്ക് വരില്ല. ഉള്ളിൽ സപ്പോർട്ടുണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ നിശബ്ദമായിരിക്കും. പ്രശ്നങ്ങളൊന്നും ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ കൂടെയുണ്ട്, പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഓടിപ്പോകും. The news of Gandhi's advent means arrival. The news of Gandhi's advent and the nature of his mission spread quickly through Muzaffarpur and Champaran. So ഗാന്ധി വന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് മുസഫർപൂരിലുള്ള എല്ലാവരും അറിഞ്ഞു, ചമ്പാരനിലുള്ള ആൾക്കാരും അറിഞ്ഞു. And why Gandhi has come? What is the nature of his arrival? What is his mission? എന്തിനു വേണ്ടിയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം വന്നത്? Why he has come? In order to support the claims of the sharecroppers in Champaran. When peasants came to know about this, what happened? Sharecroppers from Champaran began arriving on foot and by conveyance to see their champion. So when these persons came to know that there is a hero, there is a champion. Champion means a leader. Gandhi has not become leader, but now they consider him as a champion or a leader because he has come to help us. So people came from Champaran on foot. Chalaru nadannu vannu, chalaru whatever conveyance they got, they arrived there in Champaran. Muzaffarpur lawyers called on Gandhi to brief him. ഗാന്ധി മുസഫർപൂരിലുള്ള ലോയേഴ്സിനെ വിളിച്ചു, അവരോട് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു അവർക്കറിയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഗാന്ധിക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാൻ. They frequently, why Gandhi called the Muzaffarpur lawyers? Because they frequently represented peasant groups in court. They told him about their cases and reported the size of their fee. Why these lawyers are called? Because these are the lawyers who are just supported or rather taken the case of these poor peasants in the law court. And they also told everything they know about this case, and also they told the size of the fee they charge from the person. Persons പാവപ്പെട്ടവരാണ്, അവർക്ക് കൂലി കൊടുക്കാൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇവരുടെ വേജസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇവരുടെ എന്താ പറയുക പൈസ കൊടുക്കാനായിട്ട് അധികമില്ല, പക്ഷേ ഇവർ പൈസ ചാർജ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. ലോയേഴ്സ് were not actually not doing free service for the peasants. They told that this is the amount we used to charge from them. Gandhiji chided the lawyers for collecting big fee from the sharecroppers. Gandhi chided means scolded. Arishapattu vazhakku parayuka. Lawyers were collecting big fee from the sharecroppers. According to Gandhi, the fee that these lawyers were collecting was big actually. That is why Gandhi scolded them. He said, I come to the conclusion that we should stop going to law courts. Gandhi finally told that after hearing to you and the persons, I came to a conclusion that in order to get justice, there is no meaning in going to the law courts under the control of the British. Karanam, he said, I have come here the conclusion that we should stop going to the law courts. ആദ്യത്തെ ഗവൺമെൻറ് നിയമങ്ങൾക്കെതിരായിട്ട് പോയ ഗാന്ധിയുടെ ശബ്ദമാണ്. അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു ലോ കോർട്ടിൽ പോയിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല. Taking such cases to the courts does little good. We know that a case is not settled in the law court very easily. It will be prolonged. And he says that it is not going to do any good because where the peasants are so crushed and fear-stricken, law courts are useless. What is Gandhi's judgment? In the situation right now, the persons are crushed. അവരെല്ലാം അടക്കി ഭരിച്ചു വെച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അവരെ മുന്നോട്ട് വരാനായിട്ട് അവർക്ക് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യമില്ല. They are fear-stricken. അവർ പേടിച്ച് വിറച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. And the law courts in that case, it is useless. Law courts are useless for the equals. The law courts are useless for people who belongs to different category. The usefulness of the law courts, it is okay in the case of the people who are equals. The real relief for them is to free from fear. So Gandhiji gave a solution. Gandhiji എന്താ പറഞ്ഞത്? ആദ്യം ഇവർക്ക് എന്താണ് വേണ്ടത്? They should be freed from the fear. They should be freed from fear. The real solution is to free them from fear.